It was our pleasure, Jamie.
See y'all.
Well, Blanche, I love the girls, but they don't seem as old as you said.
It's the lighting.
Charming man.
And so handsome. Oh, as they say in St. Aug. Hey, give me a break. You can't smell that from the hall.
Then there was the time Hans Eriksson wanted to take an elk to the prom. The whole town was divided on that one.
Pussycat, if you're writing to your brother Phil, tell him I said thanks for...
Delicious.
Delicious? This is the reason your father and I got married.
Girls, do you realize it has been 8 days since I've had a date?
Do you realize it's been 8 days since I have...
Ah, please. Whatever it is, keep it to yourself.
That's my problem.
Hello? No, we don't have a car for sale. No, you must have the wrong number.
Is it a man or a woman?
No, it's a woman interested in a Mercedes.
Sorry, the car's been sold.
Blanche, what is this all about?
I have figured out the most wonderful way to meet men. And then she feels better.
Scares me a lot.
Well, anyway, good luck to you both. Come along, Clarice.
Help me.
Did you see that? I tell you, some people should not be allowed near children. Well, in that case, why don't we see what's playing at the movies? Yeah. Is this the Venuccio residence? It is?
Sit down, take it easy, and discuss this rationally, using only English words. Now, we talked about Rose, we talked about Blanche. Nobody has said a word about Dorothy.
That's because they're afraid of her. No, we are not. But we do have a problem. Look at the man's covering half the pictures on our wall.
I don't blame you for looking surprised, Blanche. There's a little more of me than there used to be.
Well, maybe a little here, a little there.
I'm Dorothy. How do you do?
How do you do?
This is my mother, Sophia. That's Rose.
Hello.
Louis, who is this person?
Look, miss, sit. I sat for you long enough. Dr. Budd, I came to you sick and scared, and you dismissed me. You didn't have the answer, and instead of saying, I'm sorry, I don't know what's...
I can't believe it. I spent one lousy night with Mussolini, and I do mean lousy. And I'm marked for life.
No, that's not it. Our records list you as both Sophia Petrillo and Sophia Weinstock. What's the deal? Are you trying to hide something? Is there a Mr. Weinstock?
Okay.
I am having a good time.
Well, thank you, Steve. Now, here's the vitamins. Take them when you get up.
Oh, but sometimes I get up at 4 a.m. to, well, you know.
I know, boy, do I know.
Yeah, but I'm sure afterwards Stevie doesn't yell, help, come get me, my feet are asleep.
I'd really like to take you somewhere special. What do you say?
Well, yes, that sounds wonderful.
That's great. I'll call you later, Rose.
Looks like a... Oh, thank you, Blanche. That was a great idea. It's great bringing two idiots closer together.
I think that's the motto of the St. Olaf Telephone Company.
I'm getting nervous. Just think to be back. I was getting tired of sitting home and feeling sorry for myself. They may not have wanted an activities director here, but they got one. So what do you say? Let's get active. Hey, Mr. Lewis, would you like to dance? Oh, I can see you've had lemon. Ahoy, girls!
You must be so excited.
Oh, I sure am. Listen, grab some champagne. Okay. I want to find Al. I haven't seen him since I came on board. I want to say thanks. Ooh, I love champagne.
Oh, me too. The only problem is after a few glasses, I'll kiss any man in sight.
Hello? Marty, threw your back out putting your boots on? You're in traction? Oh, I guess this means you're going to be a little late? Oh, all right. Well, can you believe that for that handsome guy in the red Corvette that I cut off on Highway 12 yesterday? Well, you can call my personal number, which is flashing on your screen now. I'll get it.
I'm not going to let you do that. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and if after all the years of love and companionship, Fernando and I are meant to part company, I'll just have to accept that. Time to time, life deals you an unfriendly hand. There's nothing you can do about it. I guess there's a lesson to be learned here.
Hey, Gray. These are black. I look like Buddy Holly. You get in the kitchen and eat your slop before I spank that little pink fanny. All right, I'm going. Oh, sorry. That's the way they used to call us for dinner at the home.
You know, she had me in her corner right up until the end. Hi, Ma. You want some tea?
Now I'm trying to reason why you thought the book was about you.
My God, you're right. Oh, except for that part, of course, where Vixen is terrified of losing her looks and growing old alone. I have never felt like that.
Of course, me neither. That's what makes it fiction.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you girls are here. Listen, I acted so stupid last night. I apologize. I need to talk.
Why, Blanche? No matter what we say, you're going to end up doing exactly what you want.
We told you last night you were pushing away a terrific guy, and you did, didn't you?
Yes, but you don't understand why I pushed John.
It's not that, Ma. It's that, Ma.
Well, I better skedaddle. You know, my wife is out of town. I'm going to be up half the night trying to pick out a...
Well, what? After my boom comes your boom, and then yours until we're all booming.
How complicated is that herring thing?
Boom, 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 boom.
Sort of adopt Lily and visit her often. I'm gonna need rides.
Oh, you can count on us,
Oh, we
sweetheart.
sure can.
Absolutely. Now, come on, it's getting late. Let's get dinner. Notice how they seem to follow you wherever you go?
Some people found it obnoxious. For me, it was a turn-on.
Miles is cooking dinner to celebrate Frost's birthday. He invited us all, and we accepted.
I don't remember ever agreeing to that.
Sure you did. I distinctly remember. You said, oh boy, Miles reading poetry. Sign me up, sign me up. You sounded pretty definite.
Walk away.
Ma, that's not the good Lord, that's Kenny Rogers.
God, Kenny Rogers, tomato. The point is there are others you can help. All those people on our route, they depend on us.
You know, Ma, you're right. And I must say that helping always makes me feel better. You want to come, Rose?
Oh, no thanks.
I think Big Daddy would want you... I want you to have this.
Blanche, I don't know what to say. This isn't the right music box.
That's the only music box there is.
The music box I gave your father.
Rose, what does the letter say?
You read it, Dorothy. I need both hands to cover my ears in case it's bad news.
Dear St. Olafian, I'm afraid there's bad news.
What?
There's a drought in St. Olaf which threatens the crops.
Oh, no.
Give us some live entertainment with dessert. Maybe any requests?
How about Bye Bye Birdie?
You know, I'm old. Sometimes I get confused, so I want to make sure I have this absolutely right. Rose works in a place where they help people with mental problems?
That's right, Ma.
Anybody know?
After all,
Two clunky old bodies thrashing around against each other. Like animals.
You get all sweaty and flushed.
Hair gets mussed.
You lose your breath.
You lose your earring.
Broke her hip, fell through the shower doors, hit her head against the sink, got a concussion, and swallowed her dentures. To hear her complaining, you think no one else had problems. I took some of her cookies. You hungry?
No, I'm too upset to eat.
Honey, they're doing everything they can.
Oh, I know.
Look, the kids about you.
Really?
Oh, not about us. About you. About how you knew their father. They found it unbelievable.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, that you and I finally met.
Oh, I thought you meant they wouldn't believe there were any dinosaurs still around from World War II.
Speaking of dinosaurs...
Guess. Nobody asked you. Was I talking to you? I'm talking to my daughter. To me, you don't exist.
And who's driving you to your niece's wedding in California?
Salvador, you're upsetting Papa. Would you please find a mechanic? It's freezing in here.
Of course it's a freezing in here. Mr. Ziti for brains decides to take a shortcut through Chicago.
Pretty fast worker. I guess that's something we have in common.
That's something else you have in common.
Well, Gary Tucker, you missed achingly unbearable peak.
Oh, come on, Blanche. You really think a full moon can do all that?
Well, just in case, I'm also filling a watermelon with tequila. But it's not just a full moon, Dorothy. It's a leap year's full moon. Anything can happen. All your dreams can... Make it fast, 10 words or less.
All right, but your curiosity is going to be so piqued you'll beg for more.
Just spit it out, Rose. When was it a man refused to sleep with you?
The time I was radioactive.
How about you, Sophia?
Well, there was that time when...
Foundation.
Yes, Dorothy, you know that's the man who built the Fjord Fjalken.
Henry Fjord was a saint. He dedicated his whole life to eliminating pond scum from Lake St. Olaf. His son, however, was a big disappointment.
Henry, have you ever been a fruit before?
No, but having been in the musical theater for 30 years, I've had my share of offers. It was a delight meeting all of you.
Oh, Mr. Vaughn, don't forget, casting is tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
I'm looking forward to it. I trust that all of you will be reading for the part of my leading lady.
Not going to be any more birthdays.
What are you telling me?
I have so many things wrong with me. Arthritis, high blood pressure, angina, just to mention a few.
Who doesn't? You can't get into our canasta game unless you have at least 2 debilitating diseases.
Your table is ready, mesdames.
And how does it differ from the children's version? Adults play it. Of course, I should have known. I think I'll take a rain check.
Barbara, it was so nice of you to come by.
By the way, Dorothy, I have an extra ticket for the Writers' Symposium on Friday. Would you like to come?
And then Daddy'd tell us a story and tuck us into our feather
Who was your father, Rose? Michael Landon?
Can I help it if I came from a happy family? Well, we had our share of problems. Believe me, we had some...
Yeah, I almost forgot. We need a globe and a Tatler and a Midnight Star and an Enquirer. And I guess maybe one serious news magazine so we know what's going on in the world. One, people.
If you added up all the times that we did what he is doing right now, Blanche still should have been home 15 minutes ago.
Where are you going?
To either get ice cream or commit a felony. I'll decide in the car.
You think we're dogs, don't you?
skins, and the blonde has the ultra-sensitive in black.
William Anders, $12.95, the black.
This is the best champagne I've ever tasted. It should be. It's $430 a bottle.
Rose, I can't afford that.
Well, you did say the best.
Rose, for heaven's sake, you should have told me what it was.
So I'm going home.
And you got that part from my story?
No, Vanna White's book.
I told you.
Anyway, now I must go pack my things. And again, Rose, thank you for story.
You know, isn't life funny? Last night in bed.
Well, we better go. We don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, I want to get there early, buy Becky a Dodger cap, see how many people mistake her for Tommy Lasorda.
That's it. Oh, that is it.
Dorothy, now calm down. We'll bring you back a cap, too.
I can't take it anymore. I've got to say something to that guy.
Dorothy, I know how frustrating it is to just sit.
Kate's chin.
Mother, you promised.
I know. Just ignore me, Stan. It should be easy. You've had plenty of practice.
Princess, before I forget, I want to invite you and Dennis to come spend some time with Chrissy and me in our new house in Maui.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's primo.
He's filling in for Willard Scott on the Today Show. It seems Willard ate some bad scallops on the air that he got through the mail. He wandered over to the critics' corner and lost his cookies on Gene Sharon. Gene thought it was because Willard...
Motive, we got a weapon and we got one suspect with no alibi. Blanche Devereaux, I'm charging you with murder. You have the right to...
Wait. Why would she bring a steak knife to what she thought was a romantic liaison?
It could have been for anything. I'm not familiar with her sexual proclivities.
What are you, a rookie? Ending to Gone with the Wind?
Oh, that was a terrific meal, Blanche. Thanks again.
Well, you're welcome, Ham. I just think...
Didn't go tonight. Who needs the crowds, the hassle?
You're sounding old, pussycat. It's not a hearing aid that makes you old. It's what you're becoming by not getting one. Think of what you're missing, all the things I hear. The birds singing, the wind in the trees, the sound of the ticker tape telling you Xerox has gone up to...
Levi's.
Hell, that solves the mystery. They think Rose is a little kid.
What are we going to do? If she reads that letter to the press, she'll humiliate herself.
We certainly can't tell those Russians the truth.
Why not?
Because they will use it as a propaganda ploy to convince the whole world...
They want me to keep them. Don't try that with me, Rose Nyland. I'll match you, dead husband for dead husband.
You are not going to believe this. I told Stan I didn't want to go. He sent me a kimono. Do you know what I would look like in a kimono?
Oh, it must have been one of the guys from work. Yeah, that's it.
I've heard enough.
Please, Dorothy, you'll have the time of your life.
The time of my life? Stan, the last time you said that, it took 12 seconds. And I ended up 3 months pregnant at my own wedding.
Look, I'll level with you. I got...
Well, I'll just grab my pants and go.
Holly. Rose, I don't need a lecture. It's over.
No, it's not. I'll leave in the morning. Obviously, I won't be coming back.
Him again. Oh, come on. Let's start supper. Come on.
I'll be with you in a minute. Glenn?
There's nobody been home.
Rose, it's not just the fire.
What do you expect me to do?
There's nothing you can do, Rose. She has to learn to do things for herself.
Honey, maybe she ought to go back to that school.
Well, you heard her. That's not for her. She's a very independent person.
No, she's not, Rose. Not till she learns to be independent.
Be able to help Peppy, too.
Yeah, you can be a constant reminder of what might happen if you spar without headgear.
I mean, I might be able to help him with this. Hey, my name is Anna. My husband's name is Ed. We come from Andalusia and we sell antlers.
This is ridiculous. The important thing is that we get our money.
Oh, how they get over the slightest little thing.
And?
And Dr. Worrywart wants me to check into the hospital for more tests.
Dorothy, have you been fooling around with my Tip O'Neill calendar?
No, Ma, I haven't.
Come on! I'm missing March. It's the month where he's playing volleyball with Jesse Helm.
I understand what you're talking about. I feel the same way when I hear the words, and filling in for Doc, Tommy Newsom.
Oh, this is terrific, terrific. Blanche took a positive step and positive things are happening in her life. Maybe it'll work for me. You know what? I'm going to try to get...
I have always been here for this family, and how dare you say otherwise?
Everything you do is for Blanche. To tell you the truth, I am surprised that you even made it to the funeral at all.
Maybe you would have been happier if I hadn't.
Maybe not happier, but at least this family would be able to grieve for Big Daddy without wondering what is in it for Blanche.
Long, he is so sophisticated and charming and rich and handsome. He fairly screams Blanche. At least he will before I'm through with him.
Girls, look! It's the St. Olaf Woman of the Year trophy. It says here I won Woman of the Year after all because...
People usually are in this situation, Rose.
Unless they're all dressed up in costumes. Sorry.
What's all the commotion? Oh, boy.
Grandma, this isn't what it looks like.
Please, I'm 80 years old. I may not remember what...
By the way, did you girls know that the size of a man's ears is directly proportionate to the size of his other bodily organs? I guess that's just a mother's nature. Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Hey, Blanche, listen, my mom lives in Oregon. You know, I don't get a home-cooked meal too often. It'd be okay if I stop by sometime?
I think that would be great. And now, I don't care.
Ciao, everybody! We gotta catch a boat!
Oh, Ma, they're leaving.
We're taking our daughter Gina back home to marry Guido.
Your daughter Gina? Well, what about Dorothy?
Dorothy, what'd they say about the blood test?
We didn't wait around for the results. I don't need a blood test to tell me who my mother is.
I'll be honest with you, Kate, I never liked him. From the moment that worm slithered into your life, I knew he was no good. What kind of a man has so little respect for the institution of marriage that he can cheat on a wonderful woman and jump into bed with the first available bimbo who comes? Bye, all.
Bye. Bye. Oh, girls, I am so excited. Now that Al's retired, we'll have so much time together.
He's really pretty special to you, isn't he?
Oh, he's more than special. I think I'm falling for him. The Vanderhooven rocket. What was a beauty. Fritz really had vision. Actually, he had double vision, which is why it had 8 tires.
So, what happened?
He never got off the ground. Bad promotion.
You can't run over here every time you have a problem. I'm not your mother. I'm not even your wife anymore. Now, Stanley, it's time that you grew up. Happy birthday, Peter Pan.
Pizza Boston.
I'm sorry I didn't know who you were, but Charlie didn't like to talk about the war.
I always hoped Charlie and I would hook up again one day, but, well, believe it or not, I never had the occasion to visit St. Olaf.
Really? You mean not even to change planes for St. Gustav?
Oh, you can't get to...
The body cures itself. We doctors just help it along.
Actually, I'm starting to feel a little hot. What do you suppose could be causing that?
Have you checked your thermostat?
Why don't you check it for me?
Okay, where is it?
You spent 9 years in med school. Find it yourself.
Will you marry me for real?
For real?
For real.
Oh, yes, Lucas. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That. Maybe I didn't show it. I'm not an affectionate person. But you are. Don't tell your sister and keep the silver.
Okay.
You know, I'll probably see your father in heaven. I haven't seen him in 30 years. I wish there was time to get my hair done.
I just hate violent movies. It's like watching an autopsy.
Is this seat taken? Did I miss the part where...
I can't take you.
Why not?
I just can't.
Is there someone else? Oh. There's somebody else. Oh, a girlfriend. You got a wife?
I was mad the day my parents brought him back from the hospital. I thought he'd take their love away from me, and instead their love expanded and we felt more like a family. I was mad at him when I was 10 and he was 4, and... Ma, you gonna tell a story?
Please, does Heifetz Rasen a bow? This is a tearjerker. Picture this. New York City, 1931, the Depression. Your father and I are newlyweds. One rainy night, we have our first fight. He says he's leaving, I say fine. He goes out the door.
Wow! Jean, could you tell me what the future holds? Sure. In January, Brooke Shields and Lady Di will star together in a Broadway musical comedy. Senator Edward Kennedy will once again run for the... No, I mean what the future holds for me and Jonathan. Rose, I'm not getting along with you. But that's over. Just because we're sisters doesn't mean we have to be friends. I'd like to be someday, but you're going to have to make the first move. Goodbye, Holly.
Rose. These letters are just a fantasy. The man is in prison for the next 20 years for armed robbery.
Blanche, I don't think it's right to lead the guy on like that.
Oh, why not? The poor man is surrounded by concrete and bars. What's wrong with bringing a little joy into his life? Nothing. Only happens one night. Now I have to get me somebody to dump Uncle Lucas on. If I could only find me an idiot. Rose, sweetheart, what are you doing tonight?
Rose.
Was it the Glass Menagerie?
That's correct for 100 points. What innovative industrialist invented the assembly line? Willard.
I'm sorry, I did it again.
Sophia.
Henry Ford. Who the hell is this? Dorothy, nice to hear from you. How's the vacation? Good. Well, nothing's happening here. Take care.
There's a point, Blanche.
It was back in 1955, and we had just moved into our first house right next door to Pigpen Johansson. That wasn't his real name. That was a nickname, Pigpen. No, Johansson. Anyway.
Center.
It's sort of a flop house for infants.
That must be the baby and her nanny now.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but you'll never guess what happened today.
Tell me later. Give me the baby and leave.
She said...
Oh, sure. Some gloomy gusses muttered about the plutonium thing. But I figured if we could make our sleepy little hamlet into a first strike target, it would help tourism.
You know, it sounds like we both have a little trouble with groups.
Maybe so. You can tell a lot about a man by the way he drives.
You know that's true. Sometimes Stan couldn't even get the key in the ignition. Hi, everybody. Hello, Ro. Hi, Miles. How was your evening?
Oh, it's terrific, Dorothy. We saw a marvelous production of The Glass Menagerie.
Oh, that is one of those green things that grow under boats.
Let's not talk about Chrissy.
Oh, come on. We've had a bitter divorce that time has softened into a hostile relationship. I mean, face it, our topics of conversation are limited.
Come on, Dorothy. We just sold a piece of property that we bought on our honeymoon.
The practice.
Hey, Dorothy, if you're so sure of yourself, how about a little side bet?
Oh? What'd you have in mind?
If I win, you lend me the money to fly to Sicily with Augie.
No. All right, fine. But if I win...
I suppose I did. Suppose I do. I do love you, Stan.
I love you, Ma. Ah, this is great.
But I want you to understand, this is just the first step.
Doctor, you are a genius.
He said he was impotent.
Impotent? Are you sure?
Oh, Blanche, what would you have done? Asked him to prove it?
I can't talk about this.
Oh, of course you can. Rose, we're your friends. Blanche, what happened?
Well, Jake said that he thinks we have too many differences, so we're not going to get back together after all.
Oh, Blanche, I'm so sorry.
I don't understand how I let this thing happen.
So what did you do?
Well, I just had the test, and then I had a nice long talk with myself about being with so many men, and now when I'm with a man, now I know his complete history, and we take all the necessary precautions. I just wanted you to know I understand this is not an easy time.
Thank you, Blanche.
Mrs. Barnett?
Dorothy. Oh, Dorothy. Oh, that's right.
Morning.
Good morning, Rebecca.
I got up early and did some research. There's a sperm bank not far from here. How convenient.
No kidding, do they have a drive-up one?
I've been out looking for an apartment. The doctor says I can get my own place.
Oh.
But who can afford 3 bedrooms? Can I go upstairs and see the dog?
Sure, go ahead.
Renee, we don't have a dog.
If he thinks we have a dog, who am I to stop him?
Ma's right.
Well, it wasn't there a minute ago. I swear it. How can it be gone one minute and back the next?
I think I know. Ma, why are you carrying that phone book?
Prize for miracles.
Why do I even ask you?
I'm your mother. I'm going to tell you whether you ask me or not. By the way, the sleeves are too long.
No, I'll ask Rose to shorten them.
If you can find her. Ever since that guy hit town, she spends most of her time out polishing his shillelagh.
Ma, Rose and Bud.
Rose has been cooking.
Yeah, and it turned out perfect. But I'm still upset.
You upset because you don't know what to do about Al?
No, Blanche.
Oh, in the front yard.
Wait a minute, Rose. Buddy and Gretchen weren't people, were they?
Of course not. They were dogs. Gretchen was a Dalmatian and Buddy was a Schnauzer. And Mr. Big Butter wasn't too happy when he ended up with a I might not.
Rose, honey. You know you were not responsible for Al's death, so why don't you just go on, have a good time, and whatever happens, happens.
I know Al had bad arteries, but still, I can't be
totally sure.
Come on now, Rose, you do what makes you comfortable and don't work.
Oh, Rose, we've been waiting for you. Rose.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was distracted. You're not going to believe it. I just met my father, my natural father.
He's alive?
He's in Miami?
He's an earthling?
The process. Oh, Becky. Honey, I think you are headed for trouble going off by yourself like this. No man is going to want to marry you with a baby.
Blanche, there are a lot of people who are single parents, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, look at me.
Twilight! Kolak says that I have to return to my home planet of Twylar immediately. So we'll just say goodbye this time until next time, boys and girls, when you turn on your TV sets and hear.
Look, everyone! Hey, you pussycat. What's this news about Ken? He gave you a ring, didn't he?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Look, Ma, I don't know how to say this, so I'll just give it to you straight out. Ken is becoming a clown.
Scusi?
St. Patrick, my backup pair can take a lot more punishment.
Well, you made a complete fool of yourself.
Oh, yeah, we'll just wait and see who gets the part.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? We had to make a few very difficult choices, but remember, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Petrillo? By the way, what happened to Mr. Weinstock?
We found out we weren't compatible. Thank God it was before we had kids.
All right, now that the Weinstock mystery is cleared up, I only have one more question to ask. What organizations do you belong to? We have to make sure none of them could be considered a threat to the...
I would go to pick you up. I would always talk to Sophia while I was waiting. And to my delight, I found her to be very...
hot.
Interesting. Look, ladies, I am so glad that this is all out in the open. You are both wonderful women, and I want to continue
stressed.
I've settled here in Florida recently.
Oh.
Maybe you and your daughter could join me for an afternoon at the zoo one day soon?
My daughter and I would love that.
Well, I'll give you a call. Are you in the book?
Bold print.
I think he was talking to you.
Oh. I'm having a little trouble putting this all together. Clayton, I just feel like I don't know you anymore.
I'm the same person. I always was.
No, you're not. You used to be just like me.
What? Great looking?
Yes.
9 months.
Really, Ma, I'd be more comfortable at a hotel.
Fine. Be more comfortable. I hardly see you. You never come to visit. And you finally get here, you're staying at a hotel. You could have just called. Mom, do you want me to stay at the house? Do what you want.
Christmas, ho, ho, ho! Here's Santa with toys for all the good boys and girls. Ho, ho, ho! Have you all been good boys and girls?
Yeah!
Ah! Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, Stan, I went to 3 different stores, but I finally found the stuff you asked for to make you go to sleep.
Oh, wow. Strawberry Quit, you are the best, babe. I'm going to go take a shower. If you could bring me a mug of that stuff in about 10 minutes, it would be perfect.
Dorothy, that man is driving me crazy. Me 2 weeks.
More than life itself, one day he decides to try somebody else's cupcakes. For lack of a better example, let's say my cupcakes. And I, in a mad, passionate moment, forget myself and let... How do you remember all this?
I tagged him for migratory purposes.
Dorothy, come on, the auction needs you, the children need you, please. Won't you reconsider? Oh, all right. It's only one night. I'll go, but I'll tell you, I really hate this. Oh, come on, Dorothy, that balloon man couldn't have been that terrible.
It's last minute, so we'll take short, bald, fat.
I'm sorry, Sophia, but I've already pawned Rose off on his fat friend. He's a lighting director.
Blanche, I've never been out with a fat lighting director. What do we talk about?
How should I know, honey? Talk about light bulbs.
That's a good idea.
Hello? Marty, threw your back out putting your boots on? You're in traction? Oh, I guess this means you're gonna be a little late? Oh, all right. Well, can you believe that?
Oh, I'm so happy things are going so well for her. Practically accepted into college. Now she's flying off to the Bahamas with a doctor.
Blanche, this trip to the Bahamas, it is not with the doctor.
What do you mean?
Girl's a slut.
In New York, you think he has time to write letters home?
Hi, Grandma.
Don't hi me. You can't pick up a phone and call your own grandmother?
You look terrific, Grandma.
I know. So give me a kiss already.
Honey, I want you to meet my dear friend Blanche. Blanche, this is my son, Michael.
I would get up, but I've thrown my back totally out of what.
He's dead.
He's shy. He's very shy.
Didn't sound so shy last night.
Okay, fine. Let a dead guy lie there. It's going to be 98 degrees today. It won't be pretty.
Oh, well, I'm sure he's not dead. Rose, go look.
Come on, Dora.
World Kingpin, Mickey the Cheese Man Moran is dead.
Mom,
The
turn
Cheese
it off.
Man is shown here
Now,
testifying before a Senate
no,
Committee on Organized
let's just
Crime.
hear that to the end.
He was blown up this morning outside his home in suburban Chicago by a bomb attached to the ignition of his car. A violent end for a violent man.
Miss Devereaux, the doctor will see you now. Through that door, end of the hall.
Come on, Mama.
Eyes straight, ladies. Ma, no opening doors.
And that's pretty much the procedure. Rebecca will be taken care of by her own doctor after selecting a donor from thousands of acceptable possibilities.
What would Mrs. Claus say?
Not to mention Mrs. Kleckner.
Who was that?
He's a Santa Claus.
You're kidding. I thought it was Fidel Castro. I meant, what was he doing here?
Blanche picked him up at the mall.
Well, I can't help it. There's something about a man in a Santa Claus costume right now with some very big name celebrities to be our MC.
Like who?
Well,
Great news! We've got Bob Hope for our MC!
Nice work, Dorothy. Meeting adjourned.
Dropped him like a sack of potatoes. He lay on the ground, and he was writhing and groaning and screaming in agony. And I stood over him, and I looked at this pitiable creature, and I thought, I can take care of myself. I'm not helpless. I'm going to be okay.
honey,
Bex Huntington, where?
it looks like he knows how she feels.
You wait right here. I'll get my purse. I won't be a minute.
Don't bother. It's too late to go out.
We're staying here?
I wish I could. I just came by to give my favorite girl a kiss. And since I've already done...
I think some of the stuff you do is illegal. I'm looking into it.
Miserable.
Let's try to get along. Mrs. Claxon, I don't know if you remember me. Dorothy Zbornak.
Sure, I know you. You're the one with nothing going on in your bedroom.
Why, you miserable!
You've broken my heart. I'm ashamed to call you my grandson.
Now look what you've done. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Bridget, I am shocked at your behavior.
Why doesn't everybody just calm down? Bridget and Michael are adults. They went out. They had a great time.
It was nice. I wouldn't call it great.
What do you mean? He had a big floppy pancreas. Look, could we get back to lining the shelves?
I don't feel like it anymore.
Can I fix you some breakfast, honey?
No, thanks. Oh, I just feel terrible. If I'm gonna spend the night tossing and turning, at least I want to wake up smelling like aftershave.
Show you what we have in common.
Sophia, for God's sake, speak up. Don't let her run off with the first man, and I do mean the first, that comes along.
All right. Now listen, Johnny Red. Giving a veteran his last wish and making some dough.
I guess they can stay.
Thank you, Rose. Here, take this out there, make sure they pay.
Oh, I don't think it's right to charge them.
Neither do I, but he hates pity.
I understand.
Home, that's what we would do. She had a stroke, we'd take care of her. She's family. Right, and then we'd send her to Shady Pines.
Thank you.
Oh, this is all my fault. This is all my fault.
Marge, what are you talking about?
Well, don't you see, I was... Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, does Dorothy get the job or not?
Oh, sure, I don't care. Oh, thank you, Mr. Allen. I hope I can live up to your expectations.
Isn't it wonderful? What do you think? Looks like a bathroom.
A bathroom that works, and you were so sure that we couldn't do it ourselves. Watch, girls, come on. 1, 2, 3.
Either that story is actually funny, or the batteries are going in and out in my hearing aid. Rose, I want you to know that I think it's very sweet that you're keeping an old lady company.
With money? Dumping.
Blanche, this is serious, and it's getting worse. Like last Friday, I asked him to take me someplace special. You know what he did? He snuck us into an AA meeting. Theater of the...
Ma, Jane, do you? I mean, you know, what I mean is
I know what you mean. You didn't tell your roommates that Pat was a woman, did you?
Well, they just assumed that Pat was your husband, and I wanted to make sure it was okay with you before I told them.
Oh, well, listen, Dorothy, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of who I am. Hey, you know your friend...
Who said that? You did. At the beauty parlor, don't you remember? And Agnes said you were a lot of hot air, and you said she was just jealous because she wasn't getting any? And I said, getting any what? And you said rice pudding, Rose?
Pleased to meet you, Ma.
Thank you. And this is my mother, Sophia Petrillo.
So, you're Stan's cousin.
Please don't hold this against me.
She's okay.
Sit down. Tell me, where's Stan? Is he parking the car?
I take taxi. Stanley and I have disagreement.
Oh, what about?
He saw himself...
I don't know what to say.
Is it just your heart that's clogged or your ears too? Let me start again. A half a pound of lox, a dozen bagels assorted, no coffee, 2 prune Danish, 6 sour pickles, and a container of cream cheese.
Come in.
Preachers. I really wanted to help.
So you decided to become a shepherd?
No. I decided to give Gunter a case of scotch. And he really appreciated it until he discovered what mean drunks sheep are. Oh, I better get the dessert.
Oh, she sure left in a hurry.
Hey, who told her to feed me cabbage?
No guarantees, no miracles.
Dr. Taylor, you are not going to dissuade me from having this surgery. You see, all my life, my physical beauty has served as a source of inspiration to me and to countless others. But now that beauty seems to be fading, and I'm scared.
Just rest.
Rest? I could be history in 20 minutes. I got some things I have to tell you. The key to my safe deposit box, it's in my underwear drawer.
Mom,
Don't
please.
interrupt. Don't let your Aunt Renata come to the services. It's my death. She'll make it her moment.
Ma, look.
Dorothy, you were always my favorite. I want you to know...
Blanche, it was a roll in the hay, not a walk on the moon.
Ernie's the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. I don't think I've been this happy with a man since Charlie. Oh. I have to get ready. We're going on a picnic today.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Charlie made me dress him when he had his heart attack before the paramedics got there.
But he wasn't dressed?
We were making love.
Oh, Rose, honey, you never told me. He died while you were making love?
Well, he didn't die then. He had his heart attack then.
Sophia, if you knew now what I knew then... so what?
If you've got something to say, spit it out, Weinstock.
Don't push me or I will.
There, I pushed. Too bad you were on a flight of stairs.
Ma, you're creating a scene. Look, that was a long time ago. Come on, Rose, you do it too.
Well, oh, come on.
You see? You don't need money to have fun.
Oh, I love you, Miles.
I love you too, Rose.
Same cup?
Stanley, go into the kitchen. I want to talk to Ma in private. I'm sorry, Ma. I know I've disappointed you.
How could you let this happen, Dorothy? How could you throw everything away for an hour's worth of passion?
I don't know. It just sort of... What do you mean?
Hey, what you doing?
Just looking through the old photo album. Boy, you were a cute kid.
Yeah, I was sort of cute. Oh, look, there I am at 7.
An angel.
Here I am at 11.
Adorable.
Oh, look, here I am at 15.
The beginning of the end.
I just hope I remember everything the instructor said.
Well, Rose, you must know what you're doing. After all, you did this with Charlie.
Well, we wanted to, but...
But? Rose, the way you talked, I thought you two did this all the time. Now, wait, I'm confused.
And you know, I feel like I'm getting smarter. That's why I'm entering so many contests.
I did? Gee, I find it hard to believe I'd even care.
This makes it all worthwhile. All those endless hours licking stamps, licking envelopes, temporarily losing my ability to taste sweets.
Rose, what did you win?
A free prostate check.
What happens?
Dorothy, do you think they're really going to make any money with that business?
One fabric softener.
Now what's the matter?
I'll tell you what's the matter. I cannot believe that you are actually going to go out with Stan again tonight.
Why shouldn't I go out with Stan again tonight?
You're right. It's my mistake. I thought you were my friend.
I am your friend.
Then why are you sleeping with my husband?
Wait a minute. What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's awful, but I have this incredible sweet tooth.
What is it?
Cheesecake.
What kind?
Chocolate.
Oh, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
More important than passing your damn course. So you, sir, can kiss my ass.
Oh, thank goodness I have been worried sick. Do you realize it's almost 2 in the morning? Just a little depressed.
Really? You know, I'm depressed, too. What are you depressed about?
Alvin and I had a fight. I'm making a scarf for a friend I don't have anymore.
I know exactly how you feel. I made these for Fernando.
I thought you broke up with that.
Oh, girls, I'm frightened. Come on, you gotta go with me. I gotta go check on Mel.
Oh, of course, honey. But I'm telling you, you have nothing to worry about.
Way to go, Rose. I thought you said that story would help.
Well, it did. You don't know how long I've been waiting to get that one off my chest.
I don't think so, Blanche.
All right, then. All right, how about a celebrity auction?
Hey, if you could buy a celebrity in an auction, I'd be showering every morning with Trini Lopez.
I didn't know you liked Trini Lopez.
I don't, but who can I afford on a fixed income?
You don't understand, Sophia.
Yesterday it was the 12th annual. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise.
Dorothy, now cut it out. What are we going to do?
We'll figure out some arrangements. We always make do. Besides, everything will work out fine as long as I do not have to sleep with Rose.
Me? Why don't you want to sleep with me?
Bye-bye, Grandma.
Be good, Michael.
Rose,
Want to share a taxi to the airport?
Sounds great.
Make sure that's all you share.
You two have a safe trip.
Bye-bye, Mom.
Girls, how about look? Well, that's that. Anything else you need me to straighten out for you?
No, Ma. So tell me, how was the wedding?
Beautiful. Until the bride lifted her veil. I shudder to think what was under that dress.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so sit down and have a glass of juice with me.
Okay, I will. Ma, you wouldn't be playing a joke on me with this glass, would you?
Of course not.
Of course not. Because, you know, I know how much fun you have playing practical jokes on people.
Dorothy, I told you it's over.
Okay.
Drink your juice.
Okay, Ma, I will. Wait, Ma... Not that part, Rose. Anyway, spending time with Stan made me see something that I hadn't realized.
He dyes the hair in his ears. I noticed that month. Nah, Cesar Chavez, I got hungry.
They're giving you a hard time, too.
Nah, I just can't pick out a decent nectarine. This way they do it for me.
Why don't you just ask for help?
Help? You know who helps old broads like us? Boy Scouts and cartoons. We gotta look after ourselves. They giving you any trouble?
I can't get a...
He works very, very hard, and he's very, very rich.
And what else?
I don't know. That's all I've ever heard about Grandpa.
Oh, I see. Oh, I wish you'd known Grandpa, Charlie. You'd have liked him a lot.
Do you think he would have liked me?
Liked you?
Cleaning the kitchen. This is Marguerite's job.
Dorothy, I know exactly what you're going to say, but I talked to Marguerite on the phone, and this time she has a really good excuse for being late.
Oh, fine. What is it?
She had to go pluck a hair from the chin of a dwarf.
I couldn't eat another bite. I gotta tell you, even though you eat raw fish and you like to listen to a piano being tuned, I find you awfully cute.
Sophia, cuter.
Why don't you look lovely?
Thank you. I have a date.
Oh, I see. Anybody I know?
His name is Robert. He lives in a castle.
A castle? Oh, that's very exciting. Would you like some help with your makeup?
Okay.
You know, I used to go out with a Robert. His father owned the movie house.
And let's just lie down on the bed and watch television.
Hi.
Did you do it?
Yeah. And? I'm going to become a nun. On the kiss of death. It's the second time a man has died in my bed. The second time? Dorothy knows.
Charlie.
On your own sister. I'm not turning my back on you. I love you. I'm just trying to do what I think is best for you.
What you think is best? What do you know about being blind?
Oh, Lily, this is very painful for me. Please don't make it any harder than it already is.
I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. I promise.
Well, there's Charlie Thompson and Fred Leone and Mike Devlin.
Does he plan to withdraw from the race?
I had lunch at the press club once.
Only once? Gosh, it took me 2 years to learn everybody's name on 8 is enough.
Hush, hush, it's about to start.
Ma, could you narrow that down a bit?
But what's his name on TV, on the news? The one who glues his head to the ceiling.
Oh, I think she means that consumer reporter on Channel 8, Enrique Mas.
That's the guy.
Hey, that's not such a bad idea. He helps a lot of people. Well, I believe he must be the...
Mom, I think we should talk.
Oh, why don't we just forget about it?
I don't want to forget about it.
Okay, then I forgive you. I know it wasn't your fault.
Mom, you've got to stop pretending I'm some kind of perfect angel. I'm not. I make mistakes. And what I did the other night was one of them.
Having trouble with this course, and I'd hate to see you have to repeat it.
You know, Professor Cooper, I've been thinking about what you said, and I have no intention of repeating this course.
Good. I'm glad you decided to take me up on my offer.
Oh, I'm declining your offer, but
I do want to thank you.
For what?
Well, thanks to you,
Made that the theme of the party. We all dressed as Vikings with helmets and spears. And we all crowded into her little room up over the barn. And she walked in and lit a candle. And we yelled, "Surprise!" And she dropped dead right there.
The work that you're doing for you?
I know I'm not always the first one to volunteer, but I happen to have an affection for bayous. Matter of fact, I became a woman in one.
I thought you lost it in a hot air balloon.
Oh, Ma, good news.
They changed the flavor of Haley's M.O.
I'm taking the dress back.
So?
So I'm sorry I lost my temper before, and Ma, I really would like you to go with me and help me pick out a dress. What do you say?
What do I say? I'm your mother, Dorothy. I was there for you when you needed...
I see. All right. Bye-bye. I don't understand. It's the second time Norman is canceled.
Maybe he's not interested.
Not interested? Don't be silly. I am the most attractive and available woman in all of Miami. Now that Miss Donna Rice has moved to Hollywood.
No.
What is it?
It's a beetle.
They call it a fly, but it's really a beetle?
Yes.
How do they know it's Spanish?
Because it wears a little sombrero.
Well, why don't they just call it a beetle? Spanish beetle.
Because they call it Spanish fly.
Well, then what do they call their fly?
I don't care!
Forget. In this country, you can get divorced. In Sicily, there was no divorce. If you wanted to end a marriage, you had to resort to the lupara.
Is that some kind of legal loophole?
It's some kind of sawed-off shotgun.
Blanche, did he leave a number?
No. Dorothy, dropping him was the smartest thing you ever did.
What are you going to do if he calls again?
Don't talk to him. Oh, why not?
आता या पिल्लू कर तयारी जायचं आता काश्मीरला आता या पिल्लू कर तयारी जायचं आता काश्मीरला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला बबडी माझी पोळी तुझ्या गालावर पडते कळी तुला लावितो गलाडी गोडी रंगाना थोडी हाय काळी तुझं बबडी माझी पोळी तुझ्या गालावर पडते कळी तुला लावितो गलाडी गोडी रंगाना थोडी हाय काळी जावापासून भेटली मला चैन पडे ना गजीबाला जावापासून भेटली मला चैन पडे ना गजीबाला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला जाणू दिसायला गपरी तुझ्या माग ही दुनिया सारी मी आता माग माग तुझ्या तू जाती गच्चीवरी जाणू दिसायला गपरी तुझ्या माग ही दुनिया सारी मी आता माग माग तुझ्या तू जाती गच्चीवरी जो कोणी आला मधी ग आपल्या एका एकाला मी पळविला जो कोणी आला मधी ग आपल्या एका एकाला मी पळविला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला बाबाच मी गुपचूप घरी म्हणे मी माझ्या पप्पाची तरी लव्ह मॅरेज करून जानो तुला घेऊन जाईन घरी का बसली गुपचूप घरी म्हणे मी माझ्या पप्पाची तरी लव्ह मॅरेज करून जानो तुला घेऊन जाईन घरी अक्षय नितीनचा नवीन तडगा जाऊन सांग तुझ्या बाबाला अक्षय नितीनचा नवीन तडगा जाऊन सांग तुझ्या बाबाला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला आता या पिल्लू कर तयारी जायचं आता काश्मीरला आता या पिल्लू कर तयारी जायचं आता काश्मीरला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला तुला घेऊन शालू बनारसीचा जायचं आता हनीमूनला